Hello, my name is Amber, and I thought as this is a new channel, I would give the Booktube Newbie Tag a go. From what I can gather, the tag was created over 10 years ago and the original video is no longer up. But the tag is still done today, and I found a list online of the questions, so here we go. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I've watched Booktube for nearly 9 years and thought about setting up a channel a few years ago, but I've never got round to it as there's always something in the way. However, at the moment, I've got a bit more time on my hands, so I thought I would give it a go. I've wanted to start a channel because I like talking about books, and I feel that I bore those around me by talking about them a bit too much, and if I've got another outlet, then maybe I'll save them a little bit from this. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? So I find this question quite hard to answer. I think everyone will bring something different, as we're all different people. We've got different personalities, different tastes, different views. So for me, I have quite a wide taste in books, and I hope to be able to introduce people to books that they've never heard of. Although when I'm looking at the bookcase behind me, I think there's a lot of very popular books on there, so you might not believe me, but hopefully I can change your mind. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I am excited for talking to others about books, making new friends of course, and hopefully making a dent in my TBR. I'm also looking forward to learning new skills, as I have no idea what I'm doing. Why do you love reading? So I think I mostly enjoy reading because it is entertaining. I enjoy reading to escape, and that's not necessarily escaping the real world, but escaping my own thoughts as they are rarely quiet. But don't get me wrong, I'm not constantly thinking about negative things, it's just I'm constantly thinking about something. And when I'm reading, I'm focusing on what's going on in the book rather than what's going on in my mind at the time. Conversely, I also enjoy reading because it makes me think. It can make me think about what is going on in the world, it can give me different perspectives I've not thought about. It can also show me experiences that I will never have myself. And I also like being able to have an adventure from the safety and the comfort of my own home. What book or series got you into reading? This is also hard to answer, and this is because I've been reading for so long. So when I first started school, I struggled a lot, including with reading. And I think this stemmed from having a load of ear infections when I was younger, but I can't remember this, so this is just what I've been told. Then I stopped having ear infections, I went to speech therapy, and I went from failing at school to doing really well. And at the same time, I started to enjoy reading and started picking up all the books in the library that I could. But because of how long ago this was and how young I was, I don't really remember what the books were that actually got me into reading. Though I have a distant memory of something with a giant worm in it. Some of the earlier books that I do remember reading, though, were things like The Secret Severn by Enid Blyton, His Dark Materials by Pullman, Horses of Half Moon Ranch by Jenny Oldfield, and Shan by Shan. I would also be lying if I didn't say how much an influence Harry Potter had on me in my reading, but that has become somewhat tarnished over recent years. What questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? At the moment, I would probably ask them loads of technical questions around filming and making videos, as I am quite clueless to any of that. What challenges do you think starting a Booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? So I am someone who tends to stay in the background, who doesn't like to voice her opinions and thoughts through fear of standing out or being rejected. I'm also a little insecure and unconfident, and I perhaps feel a little vulnerable telling you all that on the internet, but there we go. But all that will make starting a Booktube channel difficult, but at the same time, they're all things that starting a Booktube channel will help with. There's also the practical side of having never edited a video before and not really knowing what I'm doing. When did you start reading? So I sort of answered this already. I started reading when I was in primary school, and for those not in the UK, primary school is for those aged between 5 and 11. So I think at the oldest, I would have been 8 when I got into reading, and then I read quite a bit throughout school. I remember there was quite a few summers where I would read a book every day of the summer holidays, and then when I'd get back and tell people about this, nobody would believe me. But I read less when I finished school, but through discovering Goodreads, then Booktube, then readathons, I've just started to read more and more, with a slight blip caused by a period of burnout that had nothing to do with reading. Where do you read? So I read at home, usually on the sofa, sometimes on my bed or at my desk. If I'm listening to audiobooks, I might be doing that when I'm doing chores, when I'm driving, or if I've got to be out and about for whatever reason. What kind of books do you like to read? So I read all sorts, predominantly fantasy, and this year I've read a lot of horror, but I think I'm starting to get a bit tired of that. I also read a bit of sci-fi, thrillers, contemporary, romance, historical, and the odd non-fiction as well. What does your book collection look like? So I would show you, but it is a bit of a state at the moment. I have bookcases in different rooms of the house, books that are stacked in the wardrobe. We have one room of the house that we've not decorated yet, and that's going to be the room where most of my books end up living. And currently that room's awful. It's got wallpaper which looks like it was put up in like the 60s. It's textured, it's pink, but different shades of pink because some of it's faded, some of it's not, and it's not the nicest to look at. Currently I'm sat on the floor in front of one of my bookcases in one of the few places that I have enough light to film, but it's not very comfy. But as for my books, there's an assortment of genres, formats and age categories. So that's all the questions. I hope you know a little bit more about me and my reading tastes now. Feel free to chat with me in the comments, give the video a like and subscribe if you want to see any more, and welcome to my channel.